we have you to thank, Amanda, for
Yep.
all these added safety security
It was
measures.
all me.
I think we're live now. It looks like we are live. Let me just make sure before I close everything out. Hey everyone, welcome to VCG Con. This is the actual play session number 2 for Tuesday. This is also Take Over Tuesday for 9th level games. And right now we are going to be playing The Excellence, co-designed by Adriel and Chris O'Neill, who was on earlier. I'm really in love with this product. I think it's a great product. I love the size of it. I love the price point of it. I love the rules. I love everything about this product. So if you're watching this in your game store, go to 9th level, or I think can you get it from distribution? I'm thinking you can get it from distribution anyway, right?
You can get it from distribution, and I'm actually just going to grab a copy so you can see it.
Sure.
You can get it from distribution, and you can get it direct from our website, and we will sell direct to retailers because we know that it's been a bit difficult to get a hold of all the products our friendly local game stores are looking for lately. So we're here for you, and this is what it looks like. It's a little tiny book, and the suggested retail is $12.99, and we've had a huge, awesome response from retailers on the book, which is fantastic. We did this as a labor of love, and so it's really exciting that other people are like, yeah, I want that too.
I think it's just such a great product, and it's one of those things that I love as an impulse buy. Like, you put it by your cash register, and the colors and of course the graphic just immediately just draw your attention. So you just kind of just pick it up and be like, yeah, let's throw this onto my order because it's it's $12.99, and it's such a great little book, and it's such a great game. So I love it. I love everything about it. So go stores, go order it right now. But thank you, Adriel, for coming on and being a part of VCG Con and running. We just had you on a panel previously about consent in gaming, and so you've given quite a bit of your day to VCG Con, and I can't thank you enough. I also want to say thank you to my fellow players, Amanda Call and Margaret. Margaret's making her VCG debut, everybody. So everybody, make sure to hit that like button down below because we want to make sure that we get Margaret back on future streams as well.
Yes, more games.
All right, so I'm going to. This is me. I'm taking. Here's my show. Adriel, catch it. It's yours now.
Got it. All right, so this is The Excellence, and it is a game about being awesome princesses. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the game. We're going to make some characters. Together, we're going to create our adventure. We're going to talk about where it starts, where it ends, who our big bad is, and then we're going to play. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay, so I know we're on a web show, but all of my games are open door. So if for any reason you need to get up and leave, totally fine. I just ask that you let me know if you're not coming back. And because we are playing in Zoom, if y'all have access to Zoom chat, we're going to use that as our pseudo X card. So if anything comes up that you don't want to have in the game, just type X in that chat and I will make it go away. Sound good?
Awesome.
Good.
I love it.
Cool. Okay. So here's the deal, right?
Amanda, you can't X me immedially in the chat. Come on. Stop it.
But okay.
All right.
I mean, we kind of need him.
I guess
it's better if we have 3 people. So
okay.
Kind of have to put up.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail the session.
No. All right, cool. So here's the thing. The universe knows that you are a marvelous, awesome person who's been chosen to be a princess. It knows about that thing that you love the most and that you care about the most. And because it knows that, it brought you to Awesome World to be the protector and champion of that thing. So that thing could be anything, but it's got to be specific. You can't really be the princess of music, but you could be the princess of, say, acid jazz or reggae pop, something like that. And the choice of what your thing is affects everything else that you're going to do in game. It affects what your crown is like, what your weapon is like, and what your book is like. What does all that mean? Hopefully, you have character sheets in front of you, but totally cool if you don't. This, for the folks at home, is what the character sheet looks like. So, in the excellence, each player only rolls one die. You're going to either roll a D4, a D6, a D8, or a D10. And I'm going to ask you a question that's going to have you tell me what die type you are. And if you can see, each of the rolls, so crown has from 4 to 10. That means that if you roll a 4, 6, an 8, or a 10, you succeed on a crown roll. There's some math in there. Don't worry about it. It's all done for you. Cool. So the first question I want y'all to answer for me is, how do you save the day? And here are some options. The options are, weird question. I mean, I have magic powers, like my cat talks, or, oh, I read about this. And if that doesn't work, we can run. Or, I talk my way out of problems and I look good with this sword. Or, I usually like to punch the monster and I always defend the weak. Any of those speaking to you?
I kind of like the one about looking good with the sword.
Nice. That is our D8. That makes you the charming one.
Ooh, okay.
I like the. What was the last one again?
I usually like punch the monster and I always defend the weak.
Yeah, that'll be me.
That's Doug.
All right. That makes you the D10, the tough one.
Okay, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Totally.
I guess I will do the. I think I read about this somewhere in a book, and if that fails, I will run.
Nice. That is the D6, the brainy one.
Okay.
So what I would like you to do now is, if you printed up a character sheet, or if you didn't, you can write it on a piece of paper. You're going to write your role. You can just stick it sort of near name. Just write down D6, D8, or D10, respectively.
Excellent.
All right.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I do. So, for Amanda, you are the brainy one. You're the best at book and shoes rolls. Book and shoes rolls are essentially equivalents of like intelligence and dexterity, that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
You're usually going to act as the thinker and leader for your team. And you like to take charge, run into danger, but you want to resolve your problems with teamwork and talking. You're great at all kinds of sports and school activities. And your beast friend, yes, everyone gets their very own beast friend, tend to be outgoing team players. All right. So, Margaret, you, the D8, are the charming one. When you're in this princess role, you're the classic hero. You're the best at sword rolls, but you're also good at making shoes and heart rolls. You usually focus on physically defending things, and you often have a beast friend that helps you in combat or aggressive situations.
Okay.
Doug, the tough one. When you're a princess in this role, you are all heart. You have great endurance. You're the best at heart rolls, and you're still pretty good at sword rolls. You work hard, you train hard, and you hug hard. You tend to be the best kind of friend, and you often have tiny, sassy beast friends because tough ones often need a smart friend more than they need a protector. So those are the princess roles. And now we get to the fun stuff where, I mean, it's all fun, but where you get to like build out your princess. So your diary has sections with target numbers above each section, which I mentioned before, and those are the numbers that you're trying to hit when you take an action. There are two more things about your die. So say for example, you're looking at heart as, and no one here is playing the D4, but if we had a D4 and they're looking at heart's target numbers are 5 through 9. How would a D4 ever succeed on a heart roll? Well, D4 succeeds on a heart roll if they roll their crown. That's the top number of their die. And so that's the case for every other princess die type. So if you roll the top number on your die, success. And if you roll a 1, that is not a failure. The 1 roll lets you bring in your beast friend and you can figure out how to get them to help you out of the situation. Cool.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So let's talk about who you are as princesses. Each princess is going to have a name, a crown, a sword, some shoes, a book, and a beast friend. The crown, the sword, and the book all come from your princess idea, right? So who's got an idea for what kind of princess they want to be? And would
It can be like anything at all, but it has to be, it's better the more like specific it is.
Yeah, we, my friend Graham and I played this game with a group of kids at PAX Unplugged last year. And one young child who was adorable was the princess of babies, and their crown was baby heads. And we're like, as adults, that's freaky. But as a child, I know what you're getting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's amazing. I
Yeah,
love it.
absolutely.
I love it.
I love kid logic.
Right?
So great.
Can I be the princess of Pop-Tarts?
Yes.
I knew you were gonna say that.
But you said specific, right? Raspberry frosted Pop-Tarts.
Great.
Because those are the only good Pop-Tarts.
All right. Raspberry frost.
and now Amanda's saying, and we just lost Amanda on the stream.
What I need to know though, Doug, is have you
Yes.
tried the new pretzel Pop-Tarts?
I have a box of them that my wife bought, and I'm scared to eat them or try
They're
them.
delicious.
Are they good?
I've tried both chocolate and cinnamon. I like them both. My spouse thinks that the cinnamon ones are gross.
That's what I've got. I've got a box of cinnamon ones, so I will. Yeah, I'll have to get back to you on. But now that I know that you're giving them a stamp of approval, I will have to try them now.
Yeah. All right. So we've got.
So I guess like in keeping with the theme of like this chat will now make me hungry and carbs. Can I be the princess of spaghetti?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
All right.
This is awesome. All right. Spaghetti. So we've got a raspberry frosted Pop-Tart princess and a spaghetti princess. Amanda.
Oh, I can't break with this trend now. That's not possible. I will have to be the princess of donuts.
Oh,
yeah.
I almost said donuts.
No, you didn't.
I did. I actually
You
was
just
thinking
the only thing you could think of is Pop-Tarts.
because I knew it was going to annoy you to say when I said frosted a raspberry. Hashtag carb squad. Absolutely.
Yes, I love it. Hashtag carb squad. All right.
It's a good thing I just ate dinner.
All right. So, depending on your roll as in your die type, you're going to have a different crown number, which I talked a little bit about. But as guardian and princessly ruler of a realm, you also wear a crown, like an actual crown. So your princess crown is a special thing about you that exemplifies your princess's magical power. Whenever you're performing an action that aligns with your crown, if you roll the highest number on your die, you always succeed. So we've talked a little bit about that too. So what I need you to do for crown is to picture what your crown looks like and write a brief description of it in your princess diary. So some examples of crowns would be like action figure princess has a collectible crown mint in box on her head. Birthday cake princess has a towering hat made from real birthday cake. Baby princess has a crown made of baby heads. So that's the kind of thing that we're looking for you to describe in your crown.
Okay, awesome.
Yes. Yes.
What's your crown look like?
So my crown is just a giant French cruller
Oh,
that's dipped in like strawberry frosting. So it's got like the little drips and then the crystal sugar that's all like nice and sparkly on top.
oh, I love it.
Mine, I don't know if you can see this, but mine is like a Pop-Tart
I love it.
at the front, and it's got those little mini Pop-Tart. Have you seen these things?
Yes.
They're like little mini Pop-Tart, like as a band, and like it's magical. So like whenever I'm hungry, I just rip a piece of it off and I start eating it.
That's perfect. All right, so we got a tiny and large Pop-Tart crown.
Yeah.
Margaret?
So my crown is going to be a wreath of
Yes.
spaghetti noodles and other fine Italian pastas, with a meatball daintily tucked behind my ear.
I love
Nice.
it. I love it.
Yes, that is perfect. All right, so in addition to your crown, you each have a sword. This is the object that you use to defend Awesome World with. Sometimes it's an actual sword, but it could be anything: a cooking whisk, a pirate cannon, chainsaw, knitting needles, paintbrush. Basically, it's an extension of your crown that shows that you're not only the ruler of this domain of yours, but you're also its champion and defender. So if you're trying a sword action, that's when you're fighting and defending stuff, and you roll against sword to see if you succeed. So I'll give you a sec to sort of start thinking of what you want your swords to be. And for the people at home, I'll give some examples. Laser Princess has the coolest green laser sword that's super good at cutting through bureaucracy and getting things done. An action figure princess is a very tiny gun that's always getting lost, which shoots boxes to encase their enemies. Any ideas for swords so far?
I think mine is just like a whole bunch of like a sword crafted together out of Pop-Tart boxes.
Yeah.
Like
Big stack of boxes.
Yeah, like someone like, you know, if like somebody were to like create a sword and like they just like taped and glued a whole bunch of Pop-Tart. And I'm going to say right now, if Kellogg's doesn't give me some sort of sponsorship after this, they're totally missing out on a perfect opportunity right now.
Have you tried Pop-Tart cereal?
I have not. Again, that just does not. Have you?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
Not
it
yet.
scares me.
Yeah.
Probably more than the pretzel ones do.
Because at least the pretzel ones are a traditional Pop-Tart.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Goodness.
I guess I'm going to say that Spaghetti Princess's sword will be just like a bunch of really hard uncooked spaghetti.
Ooh.
It's actually stale, so it's extra hard. It's good for whacking stuff. It's very crunchy.
Perfect. What are you thinking, Amanda?
So I'm thinking that my sword is actually just a very large, like a 3-foot long slotted spoon
Love it.
of the type that you use to fry donuts with.
Yep.
Yes, so it is good for making people golden brown and delicious.
Nice.
Nom nom. Okay, perfect. All right, so now we're gonna talk about your shoes, because shoes is a specific choice that you're making, and depending on the type of shoes you choose, it can give you advantage on certain rolls. What's advantage? Advantage is rolling your die twice and taking the higher roll as your success. Disadvantage is rolling your die twice and having to succeed on both to actually win the challenge. Okay, so what kind of shoes options are there? You can be barefoot. Barefoot gives you advantage on yoga and other chill type activities. You can have boots. They are great for woodsy stuff and off-roading. You can have dancing shoes for dancing, prancing, and showing off. Flats are perfect for getting things done. Heels are great for feeling strong and being tall. Sneakers are for running, jumping, and general sporting around. Slippers are good for being quiet and comfy. And trainers, separate from sneakers, are for doing hip, cool things. Do you want me to repeat any of those?
I'm good on my end if anybody else needs it, though.
Yeah, I think I know what I'll do.
All right.
All right.
Doug, you spoke first. What kind of shoes you got?
I want dancing shoes.
Dancing. Okay.
Well, I'm the charming one, so I think I'll go for heels.
Heels. Nice.
So I can be tall and confident and hopefully not break an ankle.
Yeah.
And I think I'll go for sneakers because good for running away.
Cool.
Oh.
All right. And then next, there is a section on your character sheet called Heart. What's Heart? Heart is what you roll when you're using your inner stuff, your attitude, exuberance, caring, your love. It's about standing up tall, being brave. It's about lifting heavy things and withstanding everything that the world throws at you. Heart is a word that best describes what makes you happy, but it's not a thing. It's a feeling or an emotion. So we've got in the book, and let me see if I can share my screen real quick so that I can show you all this. It looks like I have to grant it access, so that'll take too long. Basically, we've got a long list of feeling words like adorable, ambitious, cooperative, industrious, supportive, trustworthy, memorable. And there's a couple ways we can do this. You can choose a word that, you can think of right now. I can roll for you randomly because we made it a chart. So total non-polymorph system, we did a thing where you roll 2d10s and that picks your heart word for you from the chart. What are your preferences?
I don't want to keep over. If anybody has any preference, just let me know. Just let us know.
I actually think it would be fun to get a random one.
All right. So I am going to roll for Amanda, and I have rolled these dice are tiny, a 58, and 58 is loyal. So please write loyal in your heart box.
Loyal donut princess.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll take a random one as well.
All right. I have rolled a 46, and 46 is honorable.
Honorable. Okay.
Margaret?
Well, the carb squad has to stick together, so I'll go random as well.
All right. I rolled a 92, and 92 is trustworthy. Awesome. Okay, so we've got trustworthy. Wow, y'all are really upstanding. Loyal and honorable. Okay. So now we have done all of those things. Next, you are going to describe your book. What is book? Book is anything that is like intellectual or problem solving. You would roll against book. So for example, if you are action figure princess, you're gonna have one of those like catalogs that lists all the hottest toys for the year and what prices they're going for. I forget what those books are called, but I hope you know what I'm talking about. So every princess always has this book with them. We in our game were like, this is a library book. You always have it checked out. If it's late, you always pay your fines. So we're repping libraries. It's a catch-all for I know what to do. So good examples of that, like our action figure princess, are like birthday cake princess probably has a cookbook that's all birthday cakes, like how to make the best birthday cake ever kind of book. So now to you, what would you like your books to be?
See, now this is the problem where we all chose food.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, so we can't all do cookbooks.
We can't all have cookbooks.
We can all have specific. We could all have all specific cookbooks.
A little more creative than that. Well, is there a Pop-Tart cookbook? Is that a thing?
I was thinking like a book about breakfast pastries or just pastries in general.
One of those like Americana history food book things.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I think for me, to get a little more creative than just a spaghetti cookbook, I think she'll have I'll have a book of inspirational quotes called "Explore the Possibilities."
Oh, I love that!
Awesome!
Yes, and that is exactly why Margaret's on this stream.
Oh, that's perfect.
Love it.
I'll have one of those like obnoxious coffee table hipster cookbooks of like the hip bakery that it's like mostly just pictures of their really hip looking bakery and then like the history of these couple of hip people in their bakery that they set up that specializes in donuts, and also there are recipes there, but mostly it's pretty pictures.
All right, hip bakery coffee table book. Love it. Okay, and now for what is, in my opinion, the most important part of character creation, your beast friend. So, being a princess, it's a hard job. It's the best job, but it's still hard, and it helps to have a super beast friend. In Awesome World, where we are, there are all kinds of unique animals that are probably about like 87% cooler than the ones in our world. All of them are these sprites, right? And they are a form of mystical monster that can take on any form. They're made up of the raw awesomeness of Awesome World. So when a princess finds a sprite to partner with, the sprite evolves, taking on aspects of their relationship with one another. And that means that everybody has a unique and different pet that's as special as their friendship. Sprites that befriend princesses will generally take on the appearance of an animal. However, they can be anything. They could be robots, cars, whatever you want. But I know, sorry, my little beast friend just gave me a like, hey, give me dinner. So think about your princess and what kind of beast friend she might have, and she or they might have, and we'll go from there. And I should if you want, I should probably give you some examples again. We have in the back of the book a bunch of example princesses, and one of those princesses is Tomato Princess, and his beast friend is Tandy, the friendly green tomato slice. We also have Maple Syrup Princess, and her beast friend is Bucky, the sentient bucket. And Library Book Princess has a beast friend, Mel, a Fuzzy Wuzzy bookworm.
Oh.
I think for me, I'll have a spaghetti princess will have a little meatball who follows her around. He like rolls on the ground. And his name will be Oregano, but I call him Ori because he's very cute.
Wow, Margaret just brought it, and I don't know how to keep up with that right there.
That's hard to follow.
That's super hard to follow.
Mine's not going to be anywhere near that creative. Mine's just going to be what appears to be a stuffed bear.
That's cute.
Named Bear Claw.
Oh, I love it. All right, stuffed bear named Bear Claw. Doug.
I think I just want like something. Yeah, I'm not going to be as creative as Margaret, and that's just awesome. That's just awesome. I can't top that. I'm gonna have a little ferret named Razzie.
Oh.
Is your ferret pink?
Yes, it'll be a pink ferret.
Awesome. All right. Okay, we did it. We made our characters. That was the hard work. And now we are going to create our adventure together. And I filled my whiteboard with notes and didn't leave room for the adventure part, which is very important. So I'm going to get a piece of paper and write on that instead. So the way we're going to create our adventure, so like, I want you to kind of think of excellence as like an episode of a cartoon, right? Like any 90s cartoon or any of the remakes that are coming out now, like that's the kind of adventure we're going to be having. Nothing truly terrible is going to happen. And hopefully we're all going to have a good time and learn about the meaning of friendship. So the way we play this game is I'm going to ask us 7 questions. We're going to answer them together. And then I'm going to take us through our cartoon adventure. I'm going to read all the questions off first, and then we'll go tackle them one by one. Sound good?
Okay.
Cool. All right. So the things we need to answer are, who's the big bad? Who are the big bad's lackeys? What is the shiny thing? Where does the episode start? Where does the episode end? What is the title of the episode? And sometimes we answer that question at the end after we've had the adventure. And what happens in the episode? We don't answer that, we just play through. So what's a shiny thing? A shiny thing is basically a MacGuffin. So it's, in most cartoons, there's always like something that the bad guys want and something that the good guys want. And what is that thing that we are sort of all going after? Examples of the types of shiny things that we could have are, we call them flavors. We have Moxie flavored shiny things. Those things can be used as weapons. So like an evil singing sword or a steam powered boxing glove. We've got glory flavored shiny things. Those are the kind of things that can get your princess glory and renown from completing a tough task, like rescuing a village. Maybe they build a statue of you, yay. And then we have secret shiny things. Those are of appeal to witches and magicians. They're ancient prophecies, deadly arcana, delicious lore. Princesses find themselves caught up in secrets all the time because that's part of being a princess. Prophecies, that kind of thing, they're all about you. Or treasure flavored shiny things. They are your standard things like gold, land, an entire year's supply of organic lemons, treasure. And then we have rosebud flavored shiny things, which might be my favorite type of shiny things. They are deeply personal and might seem meaningless to the rest of the world, but are super valuable to your princesses. A good example of a rosebud shiny thing are like your childhood sled, your great aunt's iceberg lettuce salad recipe, the pen cap that your crush chewed on and dropped on the floor and they don't know you have it, but it was in their mouth. It's like you kissed them. So those are like rosebud type shiny things. So I find, even though we wrote it in the order of talking about the big bad first, I find it sometimes helpful to figure out the shiny thing first, because that can kind of direct where you want the adventure to go.
It's a big decision.
Yeah. Yeah. And if at any point you're like, this is too much thinking, you tell us what it is. I will happily do that.
And it's like one for the whole game, right? Okay.
Amanda seems to know what she.
No, I don't. That's
No?
not what that face is.
I thought that's what that face was.
No, the face is me going, there's a lot of stuff out in the world, isn't there?
Yeah. lot of nouns. A lot of people, places, and things.
So many of them.
If I might offer a suggestion.
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all are all bound by one particular thing. That is eggs, because you need eggs to make pasta, you need eggs to make donuts, and you need eggs to make pop tarts. I mean, presumably.
We think. I mean,
egg extract or something. I don't know, whatever the weird factory food science thing that they use. That's sort of eggs.
So maybe there's like a mystical chicken out there.
Oh, that would be good.
Mystical chicken that makes the best eggs.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking about your baby chickens.
Yeah, I don't know if the mic is picking them up, but I have baby
not
chickens
at all.
with me.
But
it might later, every once in a while. There one that I'm pretty sure is a rooster likes to stand on top of the brooder and start going cheep 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 cheep. It's like the loudest thing in the world.
Awesome.
I like how we have real life beast friends too.
Real life beast friends hanging out,
making the game very immersive. Yeah, I'm cool with the best chicken in all the land.
The best magical chicken.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it.
For an infinite supply of eggs that we all need to
Yes.
bind us together.
Absolutely.
Yes. Exactly. All right. So we know that there's a mystical chicken out there, and we want to get it because we want to take very good care of it and have the eggs that it produces for all of the amazing foods that y'all represent. So also out in the world is a big bad. We're talking like Skeletor, Hordak, Gargamel, like cartoon villain. And this cartoon villain also wants the mystical chicken. Who is this person, and why do they also want the mystical chicken?
Can I just interject just for a second?
Yeah.
Can it be Atkins?
Actual like the actual
Atkins,
guy. The actual, I forget his first name.
He's the one that created the no carb diet,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can't let the
it
mystical
has to have
chicken be
some sort
corrupted
of
by
play
his
off
high
of that. I
protein
think.
ways.
I think
Yeah.
we have to have some sort of play off of that if we
Right.
can.
Robert Atkins, the actual
I
Dr.
don't-
Robert Atkins.
I mean, we don't really want to like.
it's fine. It's fine.
I just think it's kind of fitting because we're all carbs.
he
so-
wants all the eggs.
Yeah.
That's
He
hilarious.
wants to take the eggs from you all because he thinks that no one should ever eat anything that involves flour or
Right. He
Other
has to have all the
things that are carbs.
protein for himself.
That's right.
That's
Hoarder,
hilarious.
He hoards the protein.
Ugh.
Is it though, or is it just ridiculous?
Yes.
So that we don't
Yes.
get into trouble with real Atkins, who I know nothing about.
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
either.
pretty sure
That's what I
he's-
was like. Let's make some
I'm
sort
pretty
of
sure
version
that
off of
he's
this.
no longer alive, and
Okay.
and also I don't even know if that's like if like there's anybody managing his estate at this point. Presumably there is, but
Cool.
I don't know.
All right.
What if our version of Atkins was like a fox or had like little fox ears, like he's a
Yes.
fox
Oh
in the hen house.
yes.
He's going after the
Yes.
chickens.
I
Yes.
love it. See, we can. Margaret, you just need to be on every single stream from here on out,
Forever.
forever and ever.
Okay. Now, Dr. Robert Fox Atkins
Yes.
has
It's amazing.
some lackeys. What kind of people, animals, things do you think would follow around a giant fox who wants to keep all the eggs for himself?
Weasels.
Weasels.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Weasels
Yeah,
are also
weasels.
weasels are also notorious egg and hen thieves.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never raised chickens, or so I don't know.
Yeah. I haven't either. This is going to be an educational game.
Yes. Thank you, Amanda, for coming on and educating us.
Sure.
All right. So we've got a gang of weasels, and I've got some thoughts that I hopefully will surprise you with.
So Jordan in the chat says Adkins died in 2003. We're good.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks for the fact checking.
Okay. So now we've got a big bad. We've got some minions. Now we've got to figure out where we want the episode to open and where we want the episode to end. And the reason that we do it that way is so that we've got some rails on our game, and it helps us to like sort of just direct it, especially as this is a game for folks who are 7 to glitter. So, and as I like storytelling games, I like things that have rails. So here are some examples. On the way to the fast food fiend's styrofoam castle, you find yourself surrounded by some taco tweens that you have to skateboard with before you can move on. The taco tweens are named members of the Chalupa gang, so they're minions of the fast food fiend. So that's the kind of place we would open. And here's some more examples. One sec. In one of the adventures in the book, the princesses are hanging out in Sherwood Forest when their friend Queen Bumblebee shows up, and she's in pretty rough shape. And she asks the princesses for help because there's an invading cuckoo bee. And Sherwood Forest obviously is the home to the infamous outlaw gang, the Bat Breaths. So most of the time it's sunny and mild, but occasionally there's some dark, shady patches for quality skulking. So where do you think y'all are hanging out when this episode opens?
Let me think here.
So this is just like where it starts, right? Like
Yep, this is
okay.
just where it starts. So where you are together, and you tell me that, and then I'm gonna hopefully hit you with some things.
Well, we have we're searching for a chicken, so maybe we're at like some kind of farm.
Okay.
Sounds good. Yep.
Yeah. That works.
Yeah, seems like where you'd find a chicken.
Yeah. And at some point, hopefully you're going to succeed and we're going to end the episode. Where would you like your episode end/epilogue to take place?
Amanda, you're the storyteller, so we're gonna.
What?
But you're. I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
What? Why are you doing this to me?
Because you rock.
Oh, okay. Thanks. We're gonna end it on Chicken Paradise Island.
Ooh.
That sounds like a fantastic place to end.
It's a lovely small rocky island with lots of shade and good dirt for digging little chicken holes and lots of bugs.
Nice.
Perfect.
And surrounded by a good amount of water in a large lake so that foxes can't get to them.
Love it.
Anti-fox moat.
Exactly.
It really is a chicken paradise.
The entire lake.
Awesome. Okay, we are ready to begin. Does anyone need anything before we start? Water, bathroom?
I think I'm all set. Thank you.
I'm good if everybody else is.
Cool.
I have my dice.
Yes.
I have my hops flavored creativity juice.
Nice.
All right, princesses, you find yourself at a local farm. The farm is called Chicken Treats and Chicken Treats. It's Chicken Treat Farm. And you are greeted by a dapper looking rooster in a suit. He's got a vest and a little bow tie, and you can tell he's usually very composed. But today he's like, his feathers are all in a flutter. Princesses, thank goodness you're here. My prized chicken, the chicken that can lay infinite eggs, has gone missing and I need your help.
What happened to her?
I don't know. I just don't know. I put all the chickens to bed last night in their little coops, and when I went to check on them this morning, she was gone. My Matilda, the best layer ever.
Oh, that's terrible. And you were sure to check all the doors that they hadn't been tampered with? There was everything was still locked?
Everything was locked, but I did see some strange scratching in the dirt around the windows of the coops.
That sounds like something we should investigate.
Yeah, I think we should investigate the strange scratching.
I'm going to point my sword and say, "Show us to the coops."
So the dapper little chicken leads you to the coops, and he shows you Matilda's coop, and he points out where the scratches are on the ground, and then he says, unfortunately, I have to run off. I have to go call a few people and see if maybe Matilda's just gone visiting. She does have some relatives in Canada, and there's a possibility she might have gone there, but I hope not. But if you need me, just cock-a-doodle-doo.
Okay.
So he heads off, and you're investigating the scratches.
Yes.
So what kind of information are you looking for?
Are there any other chickens around that we could interview? Maybe they heard something around the coops.
That's a very good question. You don't see any in the immediate vicinity, but there have to be more chickens around here. It is a chicken farm. So maybe if you could make for me a 1 second, I reference back. If you could make for me a shoes roll, because you're looking and probably needing to walk around a little bit until you find some chickens.
Okay, so my shoes are heels, and I'm rolling a D8.
So you need to hit a 3, 4, or 5, but you also get a success on an 8, and if you roll a 1, you can use Orgy to help you.
Okay. All right, I got a 2.
Okay, so That, unfortunately, is a failure.
Mhm.
That's okay. What a failure means is I've got narrative control and I get to tell you what happens. So you think, like, you're so positive that there's some chickens around. In fact, you've seen like fresh chicken scratchings all around the yard, but you just can't find the chickens. Maybe they're too scared. There's a lake sort of, so if you're looking at the coop you're in front of, there's a lake to the left, my left, your right. There's a lake to the left, and there's some sort of gentle looking woods off in the other direction, but also back the other way, but behind you from the coops is a pretty large barn. So those are some places you might be able to check out, but there are no chickens right around here or in the coop area.
Okay. Can I ask my beast friend for help? Maybe he has a suspicion of which place is good to go.
You sure can. And I'm gonna just let you have that because I like it. So,
Okay.
So you're talk to me about asking Orgy for help.
Okay, so I'm frustrated that I can't find any chickens to talk to. I know someone around here has to know what's going on, so I bend down to my little meatball who's been rolling behind me, and I say, Ori, do you like your meaty sense of smell? Which way do you think we should go? And then I'll say that he wiggles a bit. He's a meatball, so he wiggles a bit. And then rolls off towards the barn, and I turn to Donut Princess and Popcorn Princess. I rattle my dry spaghetti sword and I say, I'm going this way. I think Ori found something.
Do you want to go with them?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, well, I'll follow Ori.
Okay. So I guess we're headed to the barn.
All right. So you all head off towards the barn, and you notice on your way to the barn that this farm smells weird. Like, you're pretty familiar with chicken farm smell, and sometimes it's pleasant, sometimes it's not, but like there's a weird smell in the air, like a funky kind of musty smell, and it was pretty strong around the coops, and it's getting less strong as you go towards the barn, which is probably a good thing, but it's something that you've noticed. So you reach the barn. What would you like to do now?
Do we see any more of those kinds of scratches around the barn anywhere?
Yeah, you do see a few of them, but they're less concentrated here. It's almost like, it sort of looks like the thing that did the scratching was like checking the barn out, but didn't find it as interesting as the coops.
Okay. But we were also looking for chickens to interview, so we should probably go in.
Sounds good.
I'll go right into the barn I'll open the door.
Pop Dart Princess throws open the doors to be greeted by the shocked clucking of a number of chickens. Oh, cluck, cluck, cluck. Oh my! These chickens seem a little flustered. You might have to do some work to calm them down if you want to get some good information out of them.
Can I attempt to use my my charmingness to calm down the chickens?
Yes, I would want you to roll on heart, please.
Okay. So I got a 3.
All right, so, oh, sorry, one sec. There we go. That is not a success.
No.
You're trying to be charming, but the chickens just aren't having it. They're too flustered. Does anyone else want to try anything?
I guess I can also try to calm down the chickens. Just be like, it's okay, chickens. Everything's okay. We're here to help. We're looking for your friend. We're just trying to figure this out. We're not here to hurt you.
Awesome. So if you would also please roll on heart.
I got a 2.
They're just not calming down. Like, we're so upset. We can't even. We don't want to talk. No. We just leave us. We're too scared. Princess, do you want to try?
I'm going to yeah, I'll be like, princesses, I've got this.
Okay.
And I'll be like, chickens, please. We want to save your friend. We want to figure out what has happened to her. And I roll a 9.
Okay. So a 9 is a success on heart, which means that you have narrative control. So you talk to the chickens, you try and calm them down, and how do they react?
I think after it takes a few moments, but they start to realize that we're here to help them and to find out what has happened to their Matilda friend, and they start complying with giving us answers, and they're calmed down after I barged right in and scared them all.
So there's one chicken. She's a round brown chicken, and she seems a little bit calmer than the rest. And she comes up to you and says, I heard you're looking for information about what we saw last night. This is a very upsetting time for my sisters and myself, but we're gonna do our best to help. So the chickens tell you that they heard some strange scratching around their coops, and then there was a sort of a sort of sucky noise, and the chickens who were roosting right next to Matilda were like turned around, and she was just gone, and they don't know what happened, but they definitely thought that things smelled really musty and funky. So that's what they've got for you. They're like, this is just so upsetting, but we know it smelled bad, and there was a whooshy sucking sound, and Matilda was gone. And I'm so sorry. Can I need to pause for 1 second?
Sure. Sure, yeah. Let me Jack asks, is there a quick play doc or sample character sheet we can follow along with? There is
Yes.
a sample sheet somewhere.
If you go
Jordan says the chickens don't like me. Thanks a lot, Jordan. They do like me.
If you go to ninthlevel.com and click on games and click on the excellence, there are downloadable character sheets. There's a full-size one, and then there's one that is made for 4 on a page printing that is
nice.
Roughly the size of the book.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we've gotten this information from the chickens. There was a whooshy sucking sound and a weird smell, and they heard scratching. But that was kind of all the information they had for you.
We should probably head back to the coop and investigate some more, unless you had any other questions for them.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, as Spaghetti Princess and as the charming one, I don't really know a lot about smells. Like the smell of oregano, sure, I guess the smell of cooking pasta, but I know that the brainy one maybe has a bit more knowledge about that.
I might have to walk around this coop and get a real good whiff.
All right.
Yeah. See if I can recognize it.
That's a good idea.
Good call. In a Fate game that I play in, I have a feat that is, I know that smell.
It can come in handy.
Yep.
Fantastic. So I will walk around the coop and just be kind of like,
So you actually, you recognize this smell. Razzie, Pop-Tart Princess's ferret, smells kind of like this, but better. Obviously, Razzie smells
absolutely
like sweet and delicious, but there's an underlying muskiness that like, it's just gross. It smells like if Razzie didn't take a bath for a week and had no raspberry scent to him at all.
Or if she were a strawberry Pop-Tart.
What? Strawberries smell good.
Not strawberry pop.
Not quite like a strawberry Pop-Tart, but funky for sure.
Burnt
A-
Pop-Tarts.
A very funky ferrety smell.
Yeah. And you notice that the scratching sort of heads off away from the coops, like in the opposite direction of the rest of the farm buildings.
Oh.
Mm.
It looks like they went that way. We should probably try to follow those tracks. I am still really curious about this random sucking pulled away from nowhere. That's very strange. I'm really curious as to what that could mean, but I don't see anything else around the coop, I don't think.
All right.
Right. So we'll follow the tracks.
Follow the tracks.
Great. So you start following these tracks, and they lead towards the gentle-looking woods. And by gentle-looking woods, I just mean they don't look foreboding. They're like park-like woods. And the tracks keep going towards the woods, but then they bank left and go down into the water. Yeah, it's really weird.
I'm going to look around and see if there's. So they bank down and they go. Do they go all the way down to the water edge, or
they go down to the water's edge and that's it? They're just like the water and nothing.
Do I see anything off into the water at all? Like anything in the distance?
Roll for me. So you're wearing dancing shoes. And one thing that all dancers know about is synchronized swimming and how awesome it is and how difficult it is to be a synchronized swimmer.
Right.
So like clearly you have some familiarity with the water, and something does look weird out in the middle of the lake. It's like the natural ripples just sort of stop.
Weird.
Yeah, so it's like a real like flat, nothing moving spot in the water.
Hey, princesses, do you see that flat spot out in the water? Isn't that kind of weird?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
That does seem strange.
We should go out and see what it is.
We would need a boat. Or something. I'm not swimming all the way out there.
Yeah, or he can't swim. He's a meatball, so.
I didn't know if like you could like use like a flotation device.
I don't think a giant ball of meat would float.
I mean, like if he had like a big lasagna noodle he could ride on.
Yeah, absolutely.
That could work, but for water and lakes, if it's not tomato sauce, he's not going in. So
that's totally
that's
fair.
Understandable.
Not having it.
Well, you could check with the chicken farmer and see if maybe he's got a boat.
That seems like a good idea. We could try to see if he has a boat.
Yeah.
All right.
Or we could try to make a boat.
Yeah.
Oh, we are in the gentle woods, so could we scout around and maybe see if there are any fallen branches that look floatable?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Okay.
I would like you all to make books rolls, please.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
No.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 5.
5. Okay.
I rolled an 8.
An 8. Okay, and you're the D10.
And I rolled a 4.
Okay. You do not find any branches. However, you do find an old holy raft. Like, it looks like somebody built it, they didn't take care of it, they abandoned it on the lake, and it eventually made its way into the woods, and it's not in great shape. But if you take some time and have a princess montage, you can fix this raft. What is a princess montage? Well, in the spirit of all good 90s cartoons, you're all also in a band. Like, it's not a thing that you spend a lot of time talking about, but when you need to, you can montage. So what I want you to do is describe the music video of y'all fixing this raft.
All right. I'm gonna say that I take a bit of dry spaghetti from my dry spaghetti bunch sword. I moisten it up with lake water, and I start patching the holes in the raft while dancing in my heels.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you're patching holes with your spaghetti. I'm gonna be looking for I'm gonna go back up to the farm and look for like an old broken farm tool that we can use as like a pole to steer the raft.
Nice.
I'm going to do my signature move, the razzle dazzle, and I am going to spin around while taking out Pop-Tarts and then breaking them in half, but not in half like this way, half this way. So like so each half is like got the gooey raspberry filling, and I use it to stick it to various holes in the raft. And I'm just spinning around, taking them out, pulling them down, and then I get back up, spin around. I just keep doing my razzle dazzle.
You finish your music video, and that's why carbs are part of an important balanced diet. And you fix the raft. Hooray!
Yay!
Yay!
So what are you gonna do next?
I mean, I think we have to use it at this point.
Yep.
Gotta get it in the water and see if it's seaworthy.
So I guess us and our beast friends will pile on the raft and we'll push ourselves out to the mysterious flat place in the water.
I'm steering. I found the pole.
Ori is huddled near the middle of the raft. He's really not into this non-sauce liquid. So you reach the center of the lake and you bump into something. It seems like this flat area isn't really water. It's just level with the water. Instead, it's like a pane of glass or plexiglass, and you can't really see into it because it's got like water reflections going all through it, but clearly this is not supposed to be here. This is not part of the lake.
I'm gonna take my my Pop-Tart sword, my Pop-Tart box sword, and just kind of poke it a little bit to see if it does anything.
Give me a sword roll, please.
All right. That's a 7.
Beautiful. You poke it with your Pop-Tart sword, and what happens?
It moves.
All right. Yeah, it moves a little. It kind of like shifts. Like,
Okay.
it doesn't crack or anything, but it kind of like moves a little in the water and causes some waves to go out around it.
I don't know what this is.
That is really strange. I kind of want to get off of the raft and see if I can stand on it. But somebody give me something to hang on to in case I fall off of it. I don't want to drown.
Good planning. So you step off the raft and onto whatever this thing is, and it seems to hold you, but there's still a little bit of movement from when Pop-Tart Princess hit it with his sword. Can you make me a shoes roll, please?
Okay. No, I can't. Oh, no, wait. Actually, I rolled 1. That means Bear Claw can help me.
Yes!
Yay!
Tell us what happens, and how does Bear Claw help you?
So Bear Claw is normally just, hanging out and, sticking out of my backpack, just kind of like a stuffed bear, not really doing anything. But as soon as I start to lose my balance, Bear Claw comes leaping out of the back of the backpack, grabs onto me with one hand and grabs onto the boat with the other, and pulls me up and steadies me.
What a good beast friend.
He's the best beast friend. Thanks, Bear Claw.
As you are slipping, one of your sneakers sort of makes contact with what, like, you couldn't see from the perspective of being in the boat, but it sort of makes contact with what seems like a dip in the plexiglass. And the whole structure starts to raise up a little, and the top of it starts to open up.
Ah! It's opening. It's doing a thing.
That's so weird.
It's doing something.
I'm going to try to lean over the side of the raft and see if I can look down into the opening. See if I can see anything.
You look down and it looks like there's light down in the bottom, and you see that there are stairs that start at the top. They are also made of plexiglass, and they sort of spiral down towards that light.
Okay, there's light and there's stairs, so it's not a bottomless pit of darkness. I think we're doing very well.
Yeah, that's something.
Can we reach the stairs from where we are in the raft?
Probably with a little bit of teamwork, you could all get yourselves onto the stairs. I would like you all to make shoes rolls, please.
Be careful, it's slippery.
Ooh. It is slippery because I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
At this point, Bear Claw is just picking me up and taking me to the stairs, apparently, because I rolled a 1 again.
Yeah,
Right. So
his little sugary paws are much better at gripping than our
like,
shoes.
He's just like, apparently you're having trouble with walking today. Let me help you.
So, Spaghetti Princess starts to slip a little, but Pop-Tart Princess and Donut Princess have made it successfully to the stairs. How are you going to help your friend?
I'm wobbling on my heels.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Great for watery plexiglass.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna extend my giant slotted spoon to her and be like, hang on.
I love it. I love it. Will you make me a sword roll with advantage? So roll twice, and if you get one success, you succeed.
All right, I did. I got a success. I got a 6.
Awesome. So Donut Princess rescues Spaghetti Princess with her slotted spoon, and once you hit the stairs, Spaghetti Princess, you find that the footing is a little bit less precarious because when the thing rose up a little and opened up, it didn't let any water get down on the inside. So you can totally walk normally.
All right, thank you, Donut Princess. That was a close one.
That was thrilling.
That's some good friendship. So are you going to go down the stairs?
We have to find out what's down here.
I think so.
As you get further down, you start to smell that musky smell that you were smelling at the farm. And you hear high-pitched chatter. Like there's definitely some like, it sounds like if you were walking into a busy office or a busy factory, you can just hear high-pitched voices chatting with one another.
How far down is this staircase going? And what does it look like as we're descending?
So it feels like it's taking you down to the center of the earth because you're surrounded by all this lake water. But you know this farm, you know this lake, you know it's not like too deep, but it does get down to some dark depths. And as you go down, there's more artificial light because there's less sunlight filtering through the water. So like the further down you get, you see more lights on the walls, and the smell increases, and it also gets kind of like slightly dingy Like it's just not as clean and pleasant as the top of the stairs were. But there are no standout features or anything in the long walk down. It's just endless
Just a
stairs and
staircase.
lights. Yeah. But soon you will reach the bottom.
Okay. It's just lights and stairs and funk.
Yep.
Mm.
And oh, you know what? One of you notices a chicken feather.
Oh, it's a clue. I go to investigate the chicken feather.
So you take a look at this chicken feather, and it could be from Matilda. It could be from any other chicken too. It's kind of hard to distinguish, but it's probably worth taking with you.
All right. So, sure, I pick up the chicken feather and I say, this might be Matilda's, but it also might not be. I'm good at talking to chickens. I don't really know too much about their feathers or telling them apart.
Yeah. So you make it down to the bottom of what felt like an endless staircase. And as you try and see out through the walls, like you kind of think you can see the bottom of the lake, but it's pretty dark down here and the lights are shining towards you. So they're reflecting off the back of the walls. It's kind of hard to see, but you do see a door. It's not a standing up door. It's like a storm door or like basement doors on the sides of houses where they're sort of at an angle. And there are two of them.
Ooh.
2 doors.
Yeah. But they're together.
They're
Like,
together, yeah.
Right. It's a double.
One
door.
doorway,
Okay.
2 doors. And there is a security system on these doors.
Oh, I was about to ask, is it locked? It's locked.
Yeah.
What kind of security system is it? Is it just like a key code, or is this like a card or a hand scanner, or what do we have here?
It is a key code, and there's also a keyhole. Probably it looks like if you either had the key or the code, you could get in.
I see. Okay. Well, I could just start randomly pressing numbers, but we could be here for a very, 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 very long time before that worked.
So we need to find either a key or a code. And in the room around the door, like there's really nothing else. It's just like stairs, room, door.
Yeah.
Look around.
So like when you look closely at the door, the seal around it isn't perfect. Like it's like when masonry starts to chip away, like there's some little holes here and there, but nothing that you could fit through.
Is it something that Razzie could fit through?
Yeah, ferrets are very flexible.
They are. They can get in. They can sneak into all sorts of little
they're
things.
good at tunneling.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going because I carry Razzie in a little raspberry Pop-Tart pouch, and I'm gonna open the pouch up and say, Razzie, we need your help. And Razzie will scurry up and then climb onto my shoulder, and I'll tell Razzie that I need to have her go into that little part that's next to the door.
Okay. So I want you all to roll and tell me about any successes on Beast or books. So any 1s, 2s, or 3s.
All right, Beast or books. I'm not helping out with this one. I got a 7.
All right. Well, Doug got a 1, which is exactly what he needed. I had you all also roll just in case we could work our way out of this. So, Doug, you got a 1. How does this go with Razzie?
Razzie hops off of my shoulder and goes to the little part in the door. Looks at it, looks back up to me, like, "Are you sure you want me to go in there?" And I'm like, and I just go on, go. And then it kind of like just kind of like crawls itself into the crack in the door there, and yeah, I hope that Razzie makes it to the other side of the door.
Go, Razzie, go.
So, Razzie disappears through the hole. You hear some scratchy sounds and some tinkling sounds, and you hear the lock disengage.
Oh, I think she did it.
At the door, see if she did.
So I'll reach down and open. I'll open one of the. I'm not going to open both of the doors because both the doors seems kind of, I don't want another chicken excitement incident. So I'll open one door.
So you open the door and you see Razzie sort of hanging off of. I'm sorry, Tegan. Oh, sorry, my cat is under my foot. I thought it was my dog, and I was like, that's weird. It was the cat. Anyway, so you open the door, and Razzie is hanging off of the lock, her paws clearly like engaged in trying to unlock it. Come here, Murph.
Beast friend.
Yeah.
So I'll take Razzie and I'll tell her that she did a great job, and I'll put her back into her pouch and like,
awesome.
You did a great job, Razzie.
She also demands a treat.
Oh, I'm gonna break off a little piece of my crown and hand it to her.
Perfect. All right, so the door is open and you can go through it, and what you see is you see a hallway. Basically, it's not the cleanest hallway. There's some like balls of fur in the corners, and there are doors like on either side of the hallway. So there's like 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and 1 door straight ahead of you.
Which one do we go? Oh,
Doors to choose from.
What's that?
What? Was my internet being dumb? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it muted you by accident.
Oh, that's a lot of doors to choose from.
Maybe Spaghetti Princess's Ori can help.
That's true. He was able to sniff out the chickens in the barn, so
yeah.
I'll try to ask Ori for help. Maybe he can sniff out a good door for us to go through. Actually, maybe this musky smell, maybe it's stronger at one of the doors. I'll try to go in through that one to figure out where it's coming from.
Okay. The smell is pretty strong everywhere. It's like if you went into a dog kennel, right? And all the dogs have been hanging out, and it smells a lot. But Bear Claws sort of just like gives you a tap on the shoulder, Donut Princess, and sort of like points over at one of the doors on the left. And if you go over there, let me know.
Sure, I'll go and see where he's pointing at, because I'm curious what could have caught his eye.
So it sounds like there are more of the high-pitched chattering voices in there, and Ori also is like nodding and I don't know, does Ori have a nose? Ori is indicating to you, Spaghetti Princess, yes, that there's a strong smell.
All right.
It's just rolling up against the base of the door. Just like,
yes,
thud,
exactly.
thud.
All right.
I
think we found something.
I'm gonna look down to look at Razzie to see if Razzie has any input, and Razzie's just in the pouch eating a piece of Pop-Tart, and she just like follow them.
All right, our beast friends are in agreement. Yeah, so I guess we'll try to open up the door.
Okay, you're gonna try and open up the door.
Should we maybe do it sneakily, like just open it a tiny bit and peek in?
I mean, that's what I'm really good at when I open doors.
Okay, maybe Pop-Tart Princess doesn't open this door.
What? Oh. Okay.
Maybe
Actually, what? So I have heels. Pop Tart Princess has dancing shoes, and Donut Princess. What kind of shoes do you have?
I have sneakers.
Sneakers. So maybe you're sneaky.
I can give it a try.
Yeah.
All right. So give me a shoes roll, please.
I got a 6. Oh no, wait,
Okay.
that's good because
Wait.
I'm the D6.
Yes.
I forgot. That's a good thing.
Yay.
Sneakers.
So, how does being Donut Princess help you successfully get into this door in a sneaky way?
Okay, so when I come up to the door, what I do is I actually take some powdered sugar and I just kind of like sprinkle it all around the door, like all around the door frame and on the floor, so that when I go to start sliding it open, it just glides across the powdered sugar, very slick like.
Yes.
There's no friction, there's no noise, it's just
Awesome. That is the perfect use of your crown. So,
Sweet success.
so sick.
you open the door, and luckily, none of the creatures inside the room catch on to the door being open just yet. And what you see before you is a group of weasels sitting at a table, drinking coffee, and eating eggs. They've got scrambled eggs, they've got poached eggs, they've got fried eggs, they've got meringue, they've got every egg preparation, and they're all sitting around having a lively conversation, nomming on eggs.
Okay. What are they talking about? Or is it just kind of like water cooler chatter?
It's mostly water cooler chatter, and you hear them say things like, yeah, the big boss, and we sure got that chicken, and chickens are so delicious, I just wish he would let us eat them. Eggs are fine. I like meringue.
I just mumble under my breath, meringue belongs on donuts.
Okay. Do I see anything else in this room, or is this just kind of like a cafeteria break room type place?
It's kind of like a cafeteria break room, but you see that there's a door on the other side, and it seems like there's a whole complex here, and the hall you entered was sort of like different entryways into something that connects.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna very gently close the door and let everybody know what I saw. That's there's a bunch of weasels in there. They were talking about how much they want to eat chickens and they like eating eggs, and they're working for somebody. There's a big boss that they're working for. Mostly they were just eating and drinking coffee, though. I don't think they saw me.
You don't think or you don't know?
Yes.
All right, I don't want them to hear me, so I whisper to their princesses, do you want to confront these weasels or try one of the other doors?
How many weasels were there?
There were a bunch of them, probably about somewhere between 12 to 15.
There were lots of weasels in there, like easily a baker's dozen weasels or more.
Yeah.
Well, Baker's dozen. I love that.
Weasels are very small, like a third to a half the size of a ferret.
I don't know if I could charm
small,
weasels.
but feisty.
Yes, they are.
Can we lock the door so they're locked in this room?
There's a door on the other side that they could get out, and I don't know how to get to it without going through the room. I mean, I'm guessing that one of these other doors would get us there eventually, but we're in unfamiliar territory.
This is true. All right, let's go take a look around some more.
Okay, but we'll keep a note of this place.
So you're gonna look around some more?
Yeah.
Okay. Which door do you want to try next?
There was 4 doors in total.
2 on each side and 1 in the middle where the corridor
5
leads to.
altogether.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess let's try the other side.
So you open one of the doors on the other side. It is not locked, and it's a janitor's closet. There's really clean looking cleaning tools like brooms and mops. Like, kind of feels like most of that stuff isn't used very often.
It's just there for show.
Yeah.
We clean, we swear.
Yeah.
What strange weapons are these?
I think Mop Princess once told me about these. Parts of them remind me of noodles, but the rest of this, I'm not really sure.
Not as good for eating.
Yeah. Although, it doesn't look like any of this stuff is used, but it is here. So maybe it's supposed to be here. What if we took some of this stuff and went back to the weasels and just told them that we're the underground lair janitors?
Oh, that
Maybe,
could work.
Yeah, maybe then we'll get past them without too much trouble.
Sure, I like this plan.
Absolutely.
Cool. So you are going to pick up some cleaning tools and head for the weasel door again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there are there jumpsuits with like maintenance jumpsuits?
we have
You know,
coveralls?
how, with with name tags on them? Like, can mine say like Bob or something?
There are 5 human-sized coveralls and about 20 weasel-sized coveralls.
Nice.
Again, look like they've never been used. The human ones look like they might have gotten worn a time or two, but the weasel-sized ones are just pristine.
Sure. I'm gonna grab one and put it on.
Yeah, I'll put on some coveralls too. I grab a mop and a bucket.
Putting on coveralls and grabbing a spray bottle and tucking some paper towels under my arm.
Nice.
I'm just
I'm
gonna
not letting go of my giant spoon. That's not happening.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a big that big long broom that they use for floors. That's what I'm going to.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll actually put the bucket, since I have my spaghetti bunch sword in one hand, I'll just wear the bucket on my head in order to disguise my spaghetti crown.
Yes, that's beautiful. Okay. So you head for Weasel Door, and you've got your cleaning tools and your coveralls. Who would like to enter the room first?
Best at talking.
Okay, so yeah, I guess I'll lead the way.
Okay.
I stand up tall in my heels. Try to remember what Mop Princess told me about cleaning. I don't know, and step into the room with all the weasels.
Hey, what are you doing here? Who are you? Hey, this is our lair.
I say, we're the lair janitors. Boss told us to come down.
We have to clean things.
Cleaning? We hate cleaning. I don't know. Do you have passes?
I say, boss found some chicken feathers on the stairs and he wanted those swept right up. You know how he gets.
Chicken feather? No, I didn't. Did you?
I take out the chicken feather that I have from the stairs and I
the weasels
with it.
collectively gasp and they're like, yep, no problem. No problem. Okay. Clean it up. We could get in so much trouble. The weasels let you pass through their cafeteria area.
I imagine we should at least do some cursory cleaning as we go through. I'm gonna just spray the corner of the table and wipe and it's okay, yep, looks good here.
Yep, I'll try to act the part. Actually, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna try to look around, while I'm mopping and
are you just rubbing a dry mop on the floor?
Sure.
The weasels
but
don't
looking
know.
good while I do
Yeah.
it. I'm going to try to see if I can find any more chicken feathers, like the one I found on the stairs.
Oh, good call. You don't find any chicken feathers like the big kind, but you see a couple of those like little tiny pin type feathers, the really soft ones, just in the corner closest to the door, out not out to the stairs, but out to the rest of the complex.
All right. Is this door locked as well?
It is not. It is not locked. And in the time that you've been in the room, one or two of the weasels have like gone in and out a couple times, bringing back more snacks made with eggs and drinks.
Okay. With my dry mop, I gesture to Pop Tart Princess and Donut Princess. A little more chicken feathers over here. So.
Yeah. Oh, we need to keep moving along and clean more of the lair. Thanks for letting us interrupt your meal. Have a lovely day.
Yeah, you too. We still look a little suspicious, but they don't want to clean and they don't want to get in trouble. So they let you go.
All right. So I guess, yeah, we'll go through the door.
When you open the door, you see a sort of a general office type space with weasel-sized desks and also some larger desks that look a little strange to you.
I'm going to put my broom up against the wall and just go over and take a look at these desks.
When you get closer to the larger desks, you notice that they're colder than the rest of the room.
They're colder than the rest of the room. This is weird. These are cold.
Are they made out of something different?
No. If you look a little closer, it looks like they have sort of refrigeration systems under the desks, like a space heater, but the opposite.
That's odd. I wonder why someone would have these here.
A refrigerated desk.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is there anything on top of the desk?
Yeah. Old sort of, they look like dried blood a little. It's kind of weird. Not like murder type amount of blood, but just like little drops.
Oh.
I just go, that's not marinara sauce.
I think you're right.
Are there any other drops in the room on the other desks or anywhere else?
Not on the weasel-sized desks, but on the bigger desks. It's like, you know what it reminds you of is like a kitchen counter with that someone hasn't wiped down after they've been cooking.
Okay.
And the chairs are kind of shaped weirdly. Like, they look like chairs, but there's just something not usual about them. Oh, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Amanda.
No, what?
There we go.
Now.
Yeah, now we can.
Okay, no, I said they look like some of those funky designer chairs that you look at that and you're like, that can't be comfortable.
Yes, they do.
Interesting.
Are there any other doors in this room?
Yep. There are glass doors leading in a couple different directions that, if you glance through them, kind of look like they lead into more office spaces, and there's one that looks like it leads to maybe a lab space, and just sort of general big space doors. Not space like outer space. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. For like the refrigeration devices under the larger counter desk, does it look like there's any way for me to turn them off if I wanted to?
Yeah, they have an off switch and they're connected to plug strips. It's like clearly someone was trying to meet the needs of the folks who use those desks, but much like a typical office, it's not perfect.
All right. Well, I turn to the two other princesses and I say, I know someone is up to something down here. If we unplug these desks, do you think they'll come down and try to see why they're turned off? They're humming away right now.
Possibly.
That might be able to tell us something.
All right, so I guess I'll go over the plug strips and I unplug the desks.
Okay, so you unplug all the desks and they make a sort of like refrigerator shutting down sound, and nothing happens immediately.
We should also maybe not be standing right next to the desks for when someone comes in here. We should
Maybe
go
we should
make
hide.
or go to corners and pretend to clean again.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sure.
That's
The disguise mode activated again.
I'm gonna take my broom and just like go to a corner and sweep into the corner.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll also do this. I'm trying hard to remember which end of the mop goes on the floor. Mop Princess mentioned it to me, but you know, it's not pasta. I don't.
I'm just like spraying like walls and wiping in circles. I'm just like, la la la.
So you're cleaning for about 15-20 minutes, and it's starting to feel like
Nothing's happening.
nothing's happening. Yeah,
Someone's coming.
Why are
but
we doing this?
one of the doors sort of just opens, like just swings open, and in walks what looks like a giant T-bone steak on legs. Oh man, who turned off my desk again? This office is too warm and I have complained and I have... Who are you? He turns and sees all of you and clearly wants an answer.
All right. I say we're the lair janitors. Boss told us to come down.
Larry did not tell me about any lair janitors.
Yeah, we're new. We just got hired.
Do you have temporary IDs? Did you go through the front desk? I don't see any.
We have our names on our jumpers.
Yeah, I'm Bob.
Bob, and you?
I'm Eugenie. Very official.
And you?
I'm Samantha.
I don't know about this. I'm gonna go check with Larry.
Okay.
The giant T-bone steak walks out of the room.
As the steak is walking away, I shout out, we'll plug the desks back in, get it nice and cold for you.
Did you unplug my desk?
Said I had to wipe out these outlets. Gotta keep it clean down here.
Larry's gonna get a piece of my mind. Slams the door open and tromps out.
Okay, I plug all the desks back in. And so that was weird. I wonder who Larry could be.
We should probably not be here when Mr. Steak comes back.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I just have a feeling that wouldn't be good.
All right. So I guess there's there's a lot of different doors in this room?
Yeah, much like an open concept office, right? Like, so you've got cubes, and then there's a door into another office area. There's a door into a lab-like area. There's a door into what looks like a corridor. There's the door back to the Weasel break room.
All right. Well, what sounds good, princesses?
Not the door that the giant snake went through.
Yeah, definitely not that.
No.
Any door but that one.
Not the weasels again. They were also getting
No.
suspicious.
No.
Yep. No. How about that one? And I just point in a random direction.
You have chosen, I'm just gonna roll a die, so it's also random for me. You have chosen the lab-looking door.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
All right, into the lab we go.
So you open the door and you see all kinds of egg-related equipment. There are frothers, foamers, whippers, egg incubators, any like cool as seen on TV, or I bought it when I went on a trip to Japan kind of device is in this room. It's one of the only clean places that you've encountered in the whole lair area, because clearly it's a lab and it looks like someone has taken the time to deal with it. And you don't see any weasels or giant snakes, but over in the corner wearing a lab coat is a sausage person, and they are working on, there's like a cage in front of them, and in the cage is a chicken. You don't think it's Matilda, because the feathers you've picked up so far have all been white feathers, and you think you remember seeing a picture of Matilda, and she was a beautiful mix of all the colors of chicken.
Yeah, she's very famous as a chicken, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sausage has not yet seen you.
We are still unnoticed by the sausage.
Yeah.
And what's the sausage person doing?
He's trying to take the chicken's temperature. He's trying to get it to open its beak and put like a regular thermometer in there, and the chicken is just like, no. Yeah. And the sausage is just like, I need to take your temperature. He's got a little notebook next to him on the table with a pen. He's trying to get the information. It's just not working out for him.
From where I am, doing my totally supposed to be here janitor act, can I look over and see if there's anything I can read on the notebook?
Yeah. Make me a books roll.
Alrighty. 8.
8.
Not
Okay.
good at all.
That's all right.
Or wait, unless
because that's your crown.
Right.
Is,
so
yes.
it succeeds?
Yes.
All right.
So, because it's a crown roll, how does you being Spaghetti Princess help you see this information?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to say that books aren't really my strong suit, but pasta is so rich in folic acid that my eyes are actually pretty good. So I squint a bit and look at what he's writing, and and I could read his notes about chicken temperatures. I'm also maybe trying to find the name Larry.
So what you see is a lab notebook with it's like a spreadsheet type layout where there are names of chickens, and there are listings for their daily temperature, for what they're eating, for how many eggs they've laid, what color are the eggs, and how much the eggs weigh. And you don't see anything related to Larry, but you do see an office directory underneath the notebook.
All right. I'm going to, I guess, out of game. I'm going to leave and come back really quick. But yeah, I whisper, try not to disturb the sausage or the chicken. I whisper this info to the other princesses, and yeah.
All right.
We should try to grab that notebook.
We
Cass.
should.
Try to do it all sly-like.
Maybe like a ferret, because ferrets like to grab things and steal them.
You could see if Razzie wanted to do it.
So I'll look into my raspberry Pop-Tart pouch, and just as Razzie is finishing the little piece of Pop-Tarts, she's like licking her little ferret fingers, and she looks up at me and she's like, what? I'm like, hey, I'm here. And so finally, like, Razzie like peers up out of there, and I'm like, go get that over there. That book, that thing, we need that. And she like shakes her head no. And I'll be like, for real? Like, go get that right now. And then she like holds out her paw, and I break off a little piece of Pop-Tart and give it to her because she loves Pop-Tarts, because Pop-Tarts are delicious, especially for frosted raspberry ones. And she shoves it in her mouth, and then she like does the little, ferret thing where they like bounce up and down, kind of like they
the bomb.
And she kind of waits until the sausage lab guy isn't looking.
Okay. So I need you to successfully make a beast roll.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be tough.
This is not gonna be okay.
I have faith, though. My fingers are crossed.
All right, here we go. No, it's a 4.
Well, Razzie tries. She really tries. But unfortunately, right at the moment she's about to get her paws on the office directory, the sausage turns around. What are you doing? What? Why is there a ferret in here? Oh, yuck! You're worse than the weasels.
Oh.
The sausage man then turns around and sees all of you. What? Who are you and why are you in my lab?
We're the janitors. We're the lair janitors. We're here to clean. Although it looks like you've done a great job cleaning in here already. So we'll go.
Yes, you will go. My lab assistants are very good at cleaning, and we don't need your help. Thank you very much. Go help those disgusting weasels. Let me see. Do you have IDs?
I'm Bob.
I'm Samantha.
You wait here a moment. The sausage goes over to the phone that is on one of the lab tables, and he picks it up and he starts dialing. Larry, it's Dr. Sausage. Did you hire janitors for the lair? You didn't? Then who are these people? They're wearing our coveralls. I'll keep them here. Yes, come at once. The sausage hangs up the phone and says, don't you move. So to fill you in, Spaghetti Princess.
Yes, I had to feed the beast friends. I'm sorry about that.
Razzie tried to steal the office directory, but unfortunately, the sausage turned around at the exact moment when she was about to get her paws on the book. And he does not buy your story. So he called Larry, and it says you have to wait there. So what are you gonna do?
All right, so we're waiting for Larry.
We're waiting for
I
Larry
guess.
now. Yeah.
All right.
Unless you want to fight Dr. Sausage.
I think we're going to have to try to escape Dr. Sausage.
Or
Yeah.
maybe we subdue him and like tie his hands up with spaghetti.
That could work. We could do that.
It's true. Spaghetti and sausage is a great combo.
It is a great combo. I like that combo a lot, actually.
All right.
Dr. Sausage has gone back to his chicken examining and trying to get the thermometer in the chicken's beak, and every once in a while is like looking back and checking on you to see if you're cleaning, or he doesn't know, but don't you go anywhere.
All right. Yeah, I like Pop-Tart Princess's suggestion. So I guess all right, princesses, should we fight him? I take a piece of very long wiggly spaghetti out of my spaghetti crown, and I'm ready to tie him up.
Okay. Sounds good.
So, Spaghetti Princess, please roll, and you are attempting to hit any of your crown numbers.
Okay. All right, 4.
Success!
Nice.
Tell me about it.
Yay. All right, so I take a long and very wiggly piece of spaghetti out of my spaghetti crown, and I jump up behind Dr. Sausage, and I say, pasta la vista, sausage. I loop the spaghetti around him and tie up his little sausagey arms. And I take the thermometer away from the chicken. We're here to rescue chickens, not poke and prod them.
Dr. Sausage is very put out. You won't get away with this. You won't, you pseudo janitors.
Can I take a piece of Pop-Tart and just shove it in his mouth?
Yes, you can.
All right.
He does not seem to like Pop-Tarts.
No.
They don't go well with sausage.
I think I think Donut Princess also can agree to that.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Can we unlock the cage and
we gotta rescue this chicken.
Yes, Dr. Sausage's keys are right there, and he had the cage door open because he was trying to get her to get the thermometer in her beak, so you are easily able to get her out of the cage.
Yay.
Can I pick up the phone and call off Larry?
You
pretend to pose to be Dr. Sausage.
Make me a heart roll.
All right. No. Oh, that's a 1.
Can Razzie help somehow?
Oh, how can Razzie?
Does Razzie talk?
No, Razzie
Razzie could sound like one of the ferrets.
Razzie, yeah, Razzie might be able to.
Or one of the weasels, rather, because she's a ferret.
One of the weasels.
Weasels and ferrets are pretty similar.
Yeah, let's. I'll take the phone and hand it to Razzie, and Razzie will get on there and look at me. I'm like, dude, say something.
Razzie starts making that sort of sound that ferrets make when they're really happy. So she starts making that sound, and you hear from the other end of the phone, "Is that your weasels again? Are you just, gosh darn it, Dr. Sausage, how could you let them get away with this? Oh, it's just a prank. Call it off." Click.
And I'll hang up the phone and give Razzie a high five. and Razzie will just stand there like give me more Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, like treats, man. Come on.
Right. Dude, come on. And then Razzie will hop back into the pouch.
So the entire time that was going on, Dr. Sausage is just like, he looks like if a sausage could explode, he would explode. But he has not broken his spaghetti ropes, nor has he been able to remove the Pop-Tart from his mouth because he is unwilling to eat it.
Because he doesn't like carbs.
No.
Okay. we should take this chicken and we should take this notebook and we should go.
So how are you going to take the chicken?
That's a great question.
I know Pop-Tart Princess has his raspberry Pop-Tart pouch that Razzie usually goes in. Can we put the chicken in there?
You can, but I don't think Razzie's gonna like it very much. But maybe I can.
She can ride on your shoulder, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Yeah, come on, Razzie. It's just for a little while. We have to help out this chicken. We're doing some teamwork. It's just a small sacrifice to try to help the chickens. You'll have your pouch back.
Yeah.
The chicken looks at Razzie and
Razzie just reluctantly climbs up and sits on my shoulder, like, and then is just so annoyed by this, but yet I'll put I put the chicken in the pouch.
Nice. Okay, so you got the chicken, you've got the office directory, you've got a slightly grumpy Razzie on your shoulder. Where are you going to go next?
Can we use the directory to find out a good place to go?
Yes, we should do that. Let's look through this directory.
Things that you see in the directory. Sorry, this is very strange that both my pets are near each other, not like mad, and I don't understand what's happening. Dog under the chair, cat under. So you look in the directory. You see like the break room is labeled. The cubes are labeled. There's the lab. There's the big boss's office. There's the storage room, the janitor's closet, the gym, the big refrigerator. And then you see that there's like a chicken recreation area. So those are the things on the directory.
Oh, a chicken recreation area might be a good place to look. It actually has chickens in the name.
That sounds pretty yeah, that sounds like a good option.
Cool. So you're headed for the chicken recreation area?
Yes.
Sure.
As you walk through the halls, you notice there's a lot of sentient meat. There's sausages,
Aren't we all just sentient meat?
Bacon slices. You see one of those like traditional Easter ham looking people, and this one has a really nice like pineapple with a cherry in it fascinator. You see some more sausage doctors. It feels like all the sausages are doctors, which is kind of weird, but whatever. And you also see more weasels scurrying about, going about their day. Nobody's taking too much notice of you, but you are getting some sidelong looks because most of the folks in here are not humanoids.
Okay.
So you keep going and you reach the chicken recreation area. Are you going to go in?
Oh, definitely.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. When you get to the chicken recreation area, you see there's a lot of exercise equipment that's chicken sized. There are a bunch of hay bales. There are what looks to be like puzzles for chickens. Like if you could imagine like those things that you can get for your dog or your cat to feed them that are puzzle-like but designed for chickens, that's this. And you see one or two chickens sort of listlessly poking at some of the equipment, and there's a big bored-looking kielbasa just sort of like not paying attention to the chickens, but not paying attention to the chickens. But you can see that it's mostly like scrolling on its meat phone.
Its meat phone. That's awesome.
I'll say to the other princesses, with all of these toys for chickens, those chickens look pretty bored.
They're prisoners. We have to try to free them. This is no place for a chicken underground in this sterile environment surrounded by giant meat.
Right. I wonder if we could distract that kielbasa.
Well, I mean,
He looks kind of distracted already.
yeah.
That's true.
Let's just start picking up some of these chickens. Although we're going to have to come up with a better solution for how we're going to carry them around. Because the bag's already full.
Right.
Pop-Tart Princess's raspberry Pop-Tart bag is already full of chicken.
Well, I do have this bucket that I'm wearing on my head to disguise my spaghetti crown.
Oh.
I could maybe fit probably 1 or 2 chickens in there, but not much more than that.
There are 3 chickens in this room. So.
Oh my. Okay. What if instead we make a little chicken cart?
Okay, that could work.
Okay.
Do you look around the room anymore?
Yeah, I'm gonna look around the room and see if there's anything that's speaking chicken cart to me.
There's what looks like a cage on wheels
Ooh.
off near the door, like sort of behind and to the left of where you walked in.
That could work. That could work. Does it look like it could carry all the chickens or just
It
1
does.
or 2? Oh,
It
excellent.
does. It looks like it could carry a max of 6 chickens.
Oh, wonderful.
Ooh.
Okay. Let's just start picking up the chickens and put them in the cart. And if the kielbasa notices, we'll just tell him that it's shift change and we're taking over chicken duties. We'll see if he falls for it.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
He doesn't seem terribly interested in his job, so
Yeah.
The kielbasa's phone rings. He picks it up. Hey, yeah. No, I'm just at work, man. We can, yeah, let's chat. Yeah, no, I just gotta watch this chickens exercise. It's no big thing. Yeah. Oh, so we could go to the movies? Yeah, I want to see that new one. Okay. And the kielbasa sort of turns his back on the chickens and is having a very, to him, engaging phone conversation.
All right. Perfect opportunity
I think his
for some
friend is the
chicken
worst.
napping.
So, to successfully snag these chickens, Donut Princess, I would like you to make a shoes roll.
okay.
Spaghetti Princess, I'd like you to make a heart roll.
All right.
And Pop-Tart Princess, you're going to go with sword.
Okay.
I actually rolled my crown. So
Awesome.
hooray!
How about everybody else? How'd you do?
I also rolled my crown.
Awesome.
I rolled a 2.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, so Pop-Tart Princess is really trying, but he trips over some of the equipment and makes a clattery noise. Luckily, the kielbasa is very engaged. Donut Princess and Spaghetti Princess, please narrate for me how you're going to get these chickens into this cage.
So chickens actually really love people food. So I'm just gonna summon some little donut bites and just kind of like make a trail of donut bites for them toward the little cage. Put a few in there and be like, look, more treats. And I just have to say, it is kind of funny that I have found that chicken's favorite people food is actually spaghetti. I am not kidding.
Perfect.
If you throw leftover spaghetti in a chicken coop, they go wild.
That's
They
amazing.
love
That's
spaghetti.
so cool.
It's the funniest thing.
So that's exactly what I do. Take a couple of old strands out of the old crown and toss it in the chicken cart. And Ori will follow behind them like a savory little sheepdog.
Oh, Ori. You successfully lead the chickens to the cage, and you're just about to get them all in there and shut the cage door when the kielbasa is like, yeah, okay, talk to you later, man, bye. Hangs up the phone, turns to check on the chickens. What? turns and sees you. What are you doing? You trying to get me fired? Who are you?
We're your relief. We're taking over chicken duties. Your shift is over. It's already time to go home.
Bratwurst was supposed to take over for me. I didn't hear about a shift change.
Bratwurst is sick.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Did he get that thing where you get bit by a mosquito and then you're allergic to yourself because of your meat?
Yes.
Oh man.
It's really awful.
Oh man. Are you okay. So we gotta get him a card. Can we like what are we gonna we gotta get him a card and
Yeah.
and some of those pepperoni roses, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
should probably go straight to the deli florist and order them right now.
You're right. Oh my gosh, that poor guy. I wish he had told me. Thank you. He leaves.
You're super welcome.
Some good skullduggery there. All right, so you've got these chickens. So now you have 4 chickens total because you got the first chicken out of the lab, the 3 chickens out of this recreation area.
None of these look like the chicken we're looking for, though, do they?
Yeah, none of them are Matilda.
No.
The best layer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The infinite egg generator. So what are you gonna do next?
Where else in this directory sounds good, princesses?
What are our other options again?
So you've got the weasel break room, which you've already been in, the office area, the lab area, the chicken recreation area, the other office area, the big boss's room, and I forget one of the ones that I said. Sorry, I think it was just like a meat area, giant meat refrigerator.
None of these really sound like the place a chicken would be.
I don't know. I think we should go straight to the top.
Yeah,
straight
to the big
area.
boss.
Yeah, let's go
Find
see
out
this.
Who's behind this whole thing.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go.
We've come this far.
So you're looking more conspicuous as you go. Now a chicken in a smart pouch, a rolling cage with chickens in it. You're definitely getting more looks from the folks around, but you're getting close to the boss's office. You think you can make it there. As you get to the hallway that leads to the big door for the big boss, you notice that there are a couple salami rolls on guard on either side of the door. They're like if you took a piece of salami and you rolled it up tightly and stood it on its end and gave it a couple spears and some practical looking shoes and a little badge.
Oh,
nice. Yeah, what are we gonna go?
Tell them we have an appointment.
All right. I'm gonna we're here to see the boss. We have an appointment. He wanted to see these chickens.
That does seem like something the boss would do.
Yeah.
The one salami turns to the other salami. But he didn't tell us about the appointment. But he does want chickens. We could get in trouble if we don't let them in. We could get in trouble if we do let them in. I'm sorry, you're going to have to show us the official invitation. Until we see the appointment, we can't let you in.
I mean, I'm Bob.
Yeah, and I'm Samantha.
I'm sorry, Bob, Samantha.
Don't you know?
No.
That's me.
Don't you know who we are? If you don't let us in, you're gonna be in big trouble because we're very important.
Make me a heart roll.
Don't you know who I am? I rolled a 5.
Okay. Tell me how he responds to you, how you convince him. You succeeded, so
I do this thing where I'm like, okay, fine. It's gonna be your next if the boss finds out that you don't let us in, and I wouldn't want to be you guys when that happens, and we start to we do the whole like reverse psychology kind of thing, like
we could get in trouble. I do need this job. I wanted to buy that second refrigerator on the coast. Okay, but we're gonna kick you out on your butts if the boss tells us to. They open the big door.
Oh.
What you see when they open the big door is like a super fancy office with a desk right outside another door. And at that desk is a liverwurst, an entire liverwurst. And it's wearing glasses, like cat's eye glasses that are
okay.
And it's got very nicely coiffed gray hair.
Okay.
These people say they're here to see the big boss, but we didn't see their appointment. The liverwurst looks up and says, well, leave it to me. I'll figure it out.
All right.
So many levels of lackeys to get through to get to this guy.
I know.
So meat on top of meat.
Big boss. So you say you have an appointment?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see you on his schedule.
Did you check for Bob and Samantha and
Eugenie?
Eugenie?
Says it right here.
Yeah. Did you?
I did, and I don't appreciate you telling me how to do my job. However, things have been a little chaotic lately, what with the things.
And we have chickens to bring.
Yeah, I can see that you have
the
chickens.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I can also smell that you have chickens.
Just making sure that you saw that.
Yeah, if you could just please sit here and I'll go check with the boss. The liverwurst gets up and goes into the door. You hear some muffled conversation.
We should just go barge in there while she's gone. Oh,
what do you want to do while she's gone?
I was whispering to my my fellow princesses, we should just barge in after her while she's in there.
Yeah, just
doors
open.
Just rush up behind her.
Do you want to do that?
Yes.
Yeah. See.
Okay.
Just kind of like bump her out of the way.
Donut Princess usually has good ideas. Let's go for it.
Yes, she's very smart.
Donut Princess has insane ideas.
You bump the liverwurst out of the way. Hey! And you see in front of you a gigantic fox in a very well-tailored 3-piece suit, got a headset, and behind him is like a giant terrarium. It's in the middle of the room and it's round and it's like a barnyard in a glass space, and there's a little spindly tree in there and a very dejected looking Matilda.
Oh.
Princess says we have to get her out of there.
Yep. And who are you? I don't recognize you, and I don't believe I had an appointment with you. Liverwurst, you can go. She leaves the room. Meat help is wonderful. I can just eat them if they get out of line.
Yeah.
We're, uh, are we gonna keep doing subterfuge at this point?
I think so. Why not?
Really?
I'm Bob.
Oh, and
I'm a new
Samantha.
HR sent us to introduce ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We're new hires.
We clean and rotate the chickens. We're here
Yes.
to clean the chicken cage and rotate. Clean and rotate. Are you familiar with the clean and rotate program? We have a jingle.
I have assistance for that. Also, HR knows not to introduce me to any new employees. I don't like it. And I don't like it when we hire this kind. There are too many bones. I prefer the soft meat-based ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you met Eugenie yet?
If there's been a mistake with HR, I mean, you've seen how those weasels are, I'm sure. Not the most organized.
They are not. They are also not the cleanest.
Yeah, that's why I brought them up.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're here. Brought you some more chickens. Probably gonna have to look inside of the chicken terrarium.
Oh, no one
You know what
touched
procedures
Matilda but
are?
me. No.
But how is the terrarium gonna get cleaned? Have you heard the jingle? You gotta clean and rotate for healthy, happy chickens and lots of eggs.
Well, it just gets magically cleaned at night. I never have to see it.
It gets magically cleaned because we come in at night and clean it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that doesn't sound pleasant. Well, I'm here now, so you can't clean because that would ruin the illusion for me, and I appreciate living in my fictive reality. Thank you very much.
I wish more people would just say that.
Yeah.
Helps so much.
Honest villainy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back later to keep stuff clean. And I start to just kind of move towards the door, going, "You gotta clean and rotate, clean and rotate."
Yeah. Are we gonna grab the chicken? What are we doing? What's the plan? If we get back out there, the liver is just gonna stop us from getting back in.
Yeah, I
You
think
tried breaking the glass, but I'm pretty sure that's Dr. Robert Fott Atkins, and he'll come right after us if we try to do that.
You see on his desk one of those big, impressive executive things that says Dr. Robert Fox Adkins, Esquire, MD, DA, LLC.
it just keeps going the length of the desk.
Yeah.
All the way across.
I think we have to make our move right now. Otherwise, we're not going to get a better chance.
It's true. Matilda looks so sad in there.
She does.
She puts her little feathered wing up to the glass.
Oh no.
I think we need to.
But this guy seems to really be into meat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he would like it if we shoved a bunch of carbs in his face.
Oh, that's true.
It's true.
Right.
We're not high protein people. Let's do it.
Really not. I'm gonna be like, hey, Dr. Atkins, would you like a donut? And just like toss a giant donut at his face.
Disgusting.
Giant donut right in his face.
He pushes it off. Guards!
Oh, quickly. Someone get in that chicken terrarium.
I guess I will leap towards the chicken terrarium, and I'm going to try to use my hard crunchy spaghetti to I'm gonna try to smash smash open the door or the
Make me a
glass.
sword roll, please.
All right. Ooh, that's a 3.
Okay. It doesn't work. Spaghetti is not breaking this glass. You're going to have to try something else. And Dr. Atkins is headed for his desk, and he's about to grab his phone, and you think he's probably about to sound an alarm.
No.
Can I reach and grab his desk plaque that he's got and pick it up and swing it so that it knocks the phone off of the desk? Because it's basically a great big long stick because of how all the, things at the end of it. And I knocked the phone out of his reach. So
for that, again, I think a sword roll would be good because you're trying to take an action with a thing.
Sure. That's a 1.
Okay, so how does Razzie?
So
Razzie
jumps off my shoulder because she's still on there, and jumps onto Dr. Atkins' face, and distracts him while I use the desk plaque to move the phone out of his area.
Awesome. Okay, so Razzie is distracting Dr. Atkins, and he's trying to get the ferret off his face. And while he's clearly kind of a total jerk, or asshat, as Jesse would say, you can see that he's not too keen on hurting Razzie. There's a predator to predator respect going on.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you've knocked the phone down. He's trying to deal with Razzie in his face. What are y'all going to try next?
While Dr. Robert Fox Atkins is struggling with Razzie, I'm going to go to his desk, and I'm looking for a key card or something else that can open up this terrarium. I'm assuming he goes in there to bug Matilda now and again. So
steal her eggs.
Yeah.
So make me a crown roll.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 2. So I don't think I find anything.
That's okay. I'm going to let you find something because my other option for roll was books.
Okay.
So you don't find exactly what you were looking for. You don't find a key card, but you do find a ring of keys.
Okay.
So you find a ring of keys, and what else is going on? Dr. Robert Fox Atkins has succeeded in getting Razzie off his face, and now he seems to be lecturing her. Why are you eating carbs? They're so bad for you. And not only are you eating baked goods, but they're full of sugar. It's just going to add weight. You should be on a full protein diet. You know this.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So you have the key. Okay. Princess Spaghetti has the key ring.
Yep.
Yes. I'm jangling them around and looking at all of them. There's a lot, so I'm confused.
Right. So I'm going to run to the door to the office, and I'm just going to start trying to bar the door. I'll take the chicken cart and wedge the chicken cart in front of the door so that even if someone notices the commotion in here, they can't get in right away.
Nice. Okay, so you successfully wedged the chicken cart in the door. Dr. Robert Fox Atkins seems distracted for the moment by lecturing Razzie on her diet. Matilda's still in the cage, and Spaghetti Princess has, or not the cage, the terrarium, and Spaghetti Princess has a ring of keys. What are you going to do next?
What should we do next?
Well, you got to try some of those keys. Try to get into the chicken terrarium.
Yeah. All right. So do I just try randomly poking keys, or can I find a door on the terrarium and maybe see if one of the keys looks promising?
there's like a sealed lock system. So like the tram has a wooden base and a rubber ring that sort of seals the glass portion of it. And it looks like if you can find the right key and unlock it, a door will open up in the base, and there's like, you can sort of see inside, there's like a square that is probably the entrance from that door in the base.
All right, I run up to the door and try to see if any of the keys will fit.
Okay, make me a crown roll.
Oh, 7.
Yes.
Oh,
No.
no, not for crown.
No.
Okay.
No.
So you're trying keys, and Dr. Robert Fox Atkins is like, and that's why you should be on a strict diet of mice. Puts Razzie down, turns around. What are you doing?
We're clearly we are trying to save Matilda from you, you big mean giant fox. This
What?
is no place for a chicken to live in this
What?
in this dark enclosure under the ground. Chickens need fresh air and sunlight and a farmyard full of bugs.
It's almost impossibly evil what you're doing here.
But I love chickens. They make eggs. I take good care of them. Are you telling me that I'm not taking good care of this chicken?
No, this is not the type of environment where chickens thrive at all. Look how sad these chickens look. Chickens should be all lively and perky and constantly going quack, 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 and none of them are doing any of that.
Matilda, are you not happy? I took you away from that life on that pitiful little farm and brought you here to my lair and gave you all the chicken comforts you could ever want. The chickens in the cage start squawking, as does the chicken in the Pop-Tart bag. And Matilda's just like, at Dr. Robert Fox Atkins. Seems like maybe you could play on this. I mean, he clearly thinks that he's doing the right thing.
Right.
Oh, he's upset.
Right.
I'm going to step up on my high heels, and in the most charming voice I can muster, I say to Dr. Robert Fox Atkins, what Donut Princess said is right. This is no place for chickens at all. But I think Matilda would be very happy on Chicken Paradise Island.
Is that what you want, Matilda? I thought we were gonna build a life together where you laid eggs for me and I gave you all the comforts of a barnyard without all the pain and suffering. Matilda looks at Dr. Robert Fox Atkins. I've heard it said that if you love someone, you have to let them go. And if they come back to you, they truly loved you. But if they didn't, then, well, you just gotta fry another hen. Dr. Robert Fox Atkins picks up the key ring, takes it from you, unlocks the door. Matilda, if you want to go, go. Matilda quickly makes a beeline for the door. I don't like this, and I don't like any of you. And I also think you should all go on diets because you shouldn't be eating carbs. I've got some thinking to do.
We're the carb squad.
That's okay. We quit, and I take off my overalls
Take off the
and
coveralls.
Yeah, the coveralls, and I just put them in his office.
So you've successfully rescued Matilda. If you continue to search the lair, you might find a private jet.
Ooh.
And you
That could be
do
useful.
still have a ring of keys because he wasn't paying attention when y'all left the room.
Would Matilda know where this private jet is? Has she seen a lot of this?
We have the
lair?
directory. We
Oh,
can
that's right.
find
We
the
do have the
private
directory.
jet.
Never mind.
Ah,
Forget
that's
it.
perfect.
I totally forgot
Private
about
jet that way.
And Matilda takes out of her little chicken pocket a vacation brochure for Chicken Paradise Island, and she like shakes it at you.
Yeah, Chicken Paradise Island.
Yeah. That's yeah. That's where we're headed.
All
So
right.
everybody strap into this private jet that we totally know how to fly.
You successfully get to Chicken Paradise Island. None of you know how to fly a jet, but luckily there was a pepperoni snoozing at the wheel, and this pepperoni clearly was like, yeah, this job sucks. Let's go. Let's steal a jet. He's been wanting to steal this jet the entire time he's worked here.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
pepperoni will fly you to Chicken Paradise Island. And now, if you would each like to epilogue about some vacation stuff that you're doing at Chicken Paradise Island with your friends Matilda and these other chickens.
I think I am laying in a lounge chair with like all these chickens around me, and Razzie is in a little lounge chair as well next to me, and then next to her is another little lounge chair, and there's a Pop-Tart on it, and it's in the sun, and it's starting to get a little brown, so she like looks over and she flips it over so that the other side gets brown as well.
Awesome.
So I go down to a nice little, just a little like shallow wading pool type area on the shore of Chicken Paradise Island, and I make a bunch of little donut life rings for them to float around in the water, enjoy the cool water.
And I'm going to say that I am lounging on the beach overlooking the foxproof moat, and I'm throwing bits of old spaghetti to all the chickens because apparently they love it.
That's awesome.
And Ori is rolling around in the sand. Sometimes he kind of looks up at me, sometimes he kind of looks nervously at the chickens, and I tell him, don't worry, Ori, Meatball Paradise Island is next week.
Yeah.
Aw, yay!
Yay!
So, very last thing, would y'all like to collaborate on a title for our episode?
Ooh. Yeah, I think let's look.
Yeah.
What would it be?
Just fairly straightforward. Could just be the Great Chicken Rescue. I'm not good with puns like Margaret is.
I know. I was waiting for the magic to just kind of.
There's your building blocks.
Is anyone really like good at puns? Like,
Okay.
is that a good thing?
Well, okay. But,
The Excellent Caper.
oh, that's
The
good.
egg. That's a
Yeah.
good one. Absolutely.
good.
Absolutely.
Excellent caper.
It was tortellini awesome.
Oh man.
The possibilities were endless.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for
Well,
playing.
Thank you so much for
thanks.
running it. That was so much fun.
This was really fun.
If folks want to know more about Adriel, where should they go? Where can they find more Adriel content online?
So you can find me personally at ReindeerB on Twitter, and of course at Ninth Level Games on Twitter. That's Ninth Level Games who make the excellence, and I am also there. And yeah, that's where I'm at.
Excellent. Amanda, where should folks, if they want more Amanda Call content, where should they go?
You can also find me on Twitter at Age of Night, and you can check out my webcomic at ageofnight.com.
Cool.
Excellent. Margaret, if folks want more Margaret in their in their lives? Where should they go? Where should they? Do you just want?
She's like,
be like,
no.
Just be like, nope, I'm good. You might see me again on the show, but maybe not. I don't know. Hopefully, we didn't scare you too much.
No, this was really fun. I don't know. I don't really
You
have
don't really
as much social media
you're
stuff.
just
A lot of things I work on, I can't say what they are because of NDAs.
Sure.
I drew my princess though, so
let's
let's
get a spotlight video right
Princess
there.
Spaghetti.
Oh,
Yeah, this is very charming. And there's Ori.
oh,
that's adorable.
That's great. Well, hopefully we'll have to have you back on the show hopefully you had a good time, and hopefully we can have you back on a future episode, because I think you were brilliant, and Amanda's always wonderful on these as well. And Adriel, we'll have to have you on again as well. It was a lot of fun, and I hope if everybody that tuned in, please hit that like button down below, and eventually I'll put some links down for you to access the Excellence online on the 9th level website. So check it out. To order a copy. Ask your friendly local game store to order copies as well. All right, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll be back shortly with more content for VCG Con in a moment. Remember, winning shouldn't be the only victory condition when you get to the table. We'll see you next time.